Emma stood by the window, gazing out at the bustling streets below, her eyes tracing the dance of the sparkling lights and the laughter of the crowd. Outside, the world was alive with joy and excitement. People gathered together, faces lit up with anticipation, their voices blending into a harmonious hum of celebration. The countdown had begun in many parts of the city, and there was an energy in the air that Emma could feel, even if she couldn't quite grasp. As the minutes ticked closer to midnight, Emma felt a pang of loneliness. She had grown used to quiet evenings like this, but tonight it felt different. The world outside seemed to remind her of everything she lacked: the companionship, the love, the sense of belonging. With each passing second, the cheer and celebration of others made her feel more distanced from the joys she so desperately wanted to be a part of. She sighed softly, her breath fogging up the window as she leaned closer to it, her fingers lightly tracing the cool glass. The sounds of fireworks in the distance were like a distant echo. And Emma's heart ached as she wished she could join the laughter, feel the excitement, and embrace the promise of the new year. As Emma took a deep breath, her mind wandered back through the countless challenges and disappointments she had faced over the past year. The first hurdle came early in the year, when Emma had struggled to find a job. After months of searching, countless interviews, and endless rejections, she finally landed a position. It was supposed to be a turning point, a victory. But as soon as she started, the reality of the job quickly consumed her. Long hours, endless tasks, and a never-ending demand for perfection became her daily routine. She became a machine, working tirelessly to meet deadlines to prove herself. But in the midst of it all, her personal life was slowly unraveling. Her mother had fallen ill in the same house. And Emma had been so wrapped up in her job that she couldn't be there for her when she needed help the most. Her friends reached out, too, texting her, calling her, inviting her to parties, to get-togethers. They wanted her to laugh, to relax, to share in their moments of joy. But each time, Emma had to turn them down. "I'm working," she would say, or "I have deadlines to meet." And then there were the moments at work. She worked so hard to gain recognition, to show her worth. But no matter how much she gave, it never seemed to be enough. Her boss would often raise his voice when she was just a minute late or when she made a small mistake. The pressure, the guilt, and the loneliness had built up over the months, creating a storm of emotions within her. She had sacrificed so much in the name of work, but at what cost? Her relationships, her health, and her happiness seemed to have all taken a backseat. As the year drew to a close, Emma found herself standing at the window, questioning the choices she had made and wondering if things could ever change. The new year, just moments away, felt like a distant promise, one that seemed out of reach, like everything else. But deep down, she couldn't help but wonder if it was time to let go of the weight of the past and take a different path forward. Would she be able to find balance again? Would she ever be able to reconnect with the joy she once knew? With a newfound sense of determination, Emma sat down at the chair by the window, the pen in her hand steady as she prepared to write her resolutions. As she began to write, the first resolution came naturally, the words flowing from her mind to the page. Number 1. Spare time for herself to calm and relax. Emma had realized how little she had taken time for herself. She had become so consumed by work and responsibilities that she had forgotten the simple joy of quiet moments, of just breathing and letting go. This year, she would dedicate time each day, even if it was just a few minutes, to calm her mind and relax. Number 2. Reconnect to the friends and family social circle. In her quest to prove herself at work, Emma had distanced herself from the people who mattered most, her friends and family. This year, she promised herself that she would make more of an effort to reach out, to reconnect. Even if it meant saying yes to a party, catching up over a phone call, or simply spending time with her mom. Emma wanted to rekindle those relationships that had been neglected. Number 3. Not to take over stress of the work. Work had consumed her life in ways that were unhealthy. Emma knew that this had to change. She resolved to not let the pressures of her job take over her peace of mind. She would learn to set boundaries, to leave work at work, and to prioritize her mental health over work deadlines. Her career was important, but it wouldn't be her everything anymore. Number 4. Meditation or maintain her physical and mental health in good shape. Emma understood now how deeply intertwined physical and mental health were. This year, she was committed to doing something each day that helped her stay healthy, whether it was through meditation, exercise, or simply resting. She wanted to find a balance where her body and mind could be in harmony, allowing her to handle life's stresses with more grace. Number 5. Be optimistic in any situation, good or bad, and live always happily. The final resolution felt like a promise to herself. No matter what the new year threw her way, Emma would try to maintain a sense of optimism. She would face challenges with a hopeful heart and appreciate the good moments with gratitude. She wanted to live with joy, no matter the circumstances, and find happiness in the simple things. Even when life got tough. With the last resolution written down, Emma paused, looking over the words on the paper. The promises she had made to herself felt like a renewal, a commitment to growth, self-care, and balance. She set the pen down and exhaled, a sense of peace washing over her. The clock was ticking closer to midnight. This time, as she stood by the window, the night felt different. It wasn't just a time for letting go of the past year, it was a chance for Emma to step into the new year with intention and purpose. She smiled softly, knowing that, no matter what the future held, she had taken the first step toward taking care of herself, and that was the most important thing. She looked outside the window one last time, but this time, the view seemed different. The streets were alive with excitement, the crowd buzzing with anticipation, and the shimmering lights sparkled even brighter. The laughter, the cheers, and the countdown were not just noises from a distance, they were a part of her now. Emma felt an inexplicable connection to the people out there, even though she didn't know any of them personally. They were all gathered for the same reason, celebrating the arrival of a new year. A new chapter, and a new beginning. In that moment, Emma realized she deserved to be a part of that joy. Without a second thought, she grabbed her coat, stepped out the door, and joined the throngs of people filling the streets. The night air felt crisp on her skin, but the warmth of the crowd, their collective energy, and the shared excitement enveloped her. Even though she didn't know anyone, she no longer felt alone. She was surrounded by strangers, but at that moment, they all shared the same feeling, the same hope for the future. The moment arrived, and as the final seconds passed, Emma jumped with the crowd, her laughter blending with theirs in a celebration of new beginnings. The night sky exploded with brilliant fireworks, lighting up the world around them in a riot of colors. Emma stood there, surrounded by strangers who felt like friends, basking in the warmth of the shared experience. In that moment, Emma realized how much a small shift in perspective could change everything. A simple resolution to take better care of herself, to reconnect with the world, and to approach life with optimism had brought her here, into the heart of the celebration. A girl who had been stressed and lonely just moments before was now dancing, laughing, and celebrating with the world, united by the hope that comes with a new year. Wishing you all a very happy and optimistic new year. Glowing star, as we step into 2025, we hope you take a moment to reflect and set small, meaningful resolutions that will bring more joy, peace, and fulfillment into your life. Sometimes, even the smallest changes can make a big difference, just like Emma's journey to embrace happiness and self-care. We'd love to hear about your resolutions for the year ahead. Comment below to share your resolutions which might help others to gain more energy towards life. Let's inspire each other to live with joy, optimism, and love. Wishing you all a fantastic new year once again, filled with hope, laughter, and endless possibilities. For Happy New Year. Let's make it unforgettable.